Hey everybody, it's Steve, A Thousand Year Home. So I haven't been working on my house this week inside because I'm doing restorative agriculture right out here. And one of the problems out here is the land is covered in silverleaf nightshade, other kinds of nightshade. Well, nightshade's toxic to everything. So the wild grass that's here, the native grass, the mahea grass, the cattle got to graze around that stuff. I couldn't bale it and sell the bale because I'd be baling all this noxious weed in there. And I'm not spraying pesticides, and you can anyway. That Texas nightshade is tough, and you could spray poisons on there, and it's not going to work. So, what I've been doing, if you take a look around, I don't have, and I'll get some other pictures. Notice I'm turning it all into field, right? I'm mowing through the woods. So I want to point out one thing here. See all these mesquite? These are widowmakers. That branch is dead there. That'll come down and hit me, right? And so here we go. As I mow, I've been real careful to, as I encounter these widowmakers, to snap them off with the fork trucks. Here I broke a bunch of them off before I mowed. The problem is, as soon as I start tinkering with some of the low branches, the top branches will come down and hit me as well. Well, I actually got hurt today, yesterday rather, on a live tree. A live tree got me, totally unexpected. This tree here that you see down right now with that cowboy hat next to it, I was coming up and you see there's a little hill right here, and it kind of pushed my mower a little bit, you see? And I just caught one of these live branches and it dropped this whole branch across my chest on that mower. And I'm telling you, my cowboy hat knocked my glasses off. My ribs are sore, man. So that was a hard cowboy hat and it mangled that up. So I expect widowmakers to get me, when they look like this. Like that one. But, I came around this hill. I didn't even pick on this tree. And, so, my God, I am sore. My ribs, I have bruised some ribs seriously bad. But, oh yeah, that tree came right up out of there, snapped off, dropped across the front of my tractor, took a bounce over my steering wheel, and I wasn't driving very fast, and then buried me in here. And I hurt. Everything hurts now. My ribs hurt, my head hurts, my shoulder hurts, left me a bloody mess. But it's a live one. It's a live one. I was not expecting to get punched in the face. I've been expecting one of these old widowmakers to come down and hit me in the head, and they are dangerous, and I am taking them apart, being careful of those. Them old mesquite, dangerous tree, and I do call them widowmakers, and I am going around and slowly making this land a little more civil. But my goal was to get rid of all of the silver nightshade. But we'll take a look. You saw me doing that video. I was not expecting to be clocked like that. My ribs are, I think I even broke a rib on the one side. So it hurts to move, I'll tell you that much. But time waits for no man. I extracted myself out of there. I hit the brakes. As soon as a tree hit me, it took seconds. I was leaving the tree alone. I wasn't even near it. But it decided the vibration of the tractor, and by mere presence, I probably scraped one or two of the little branches with my headache rack, and bam! Man, it clocked me. I am really feeling it. But I still got the pasture to work on. Let's take a look, and I'm going to put you on pause while I walk around. And last night was 82. It started at 82. Storm front rolled through, and it dropped down to 37. So I'm going to rotate. So all of this was just silver nightshade, right? It was just weeds as far as the eye could see. So I got all of that done. I used the forks to pick up the truck. I'll put the link to the other mower at the bottom of this, or maybe a card in YouTube. And then I've been talking about building a living drive, so I put all of the old brush right here. I mowed that all up with my shredder. My shredder can do up to 3-inch logs. I think that this would work. You can't really tell, but I'm walking on it, and that's high-low, high-low. If I would get a wood chipper now and spread chips on this, I think that it would keep me from breaking through into the mud. So I like this idea. Now, my shredder didn't like trying to mow all the way down through it. I had to take it in little bites, go through in bites. But I like the idea of a living lawn. So this driveway, you see I cut the hole through the trees, and this driveway is looking pretty good. Again, I'd like to put chips on top of it, or even if I had some driveway fabric and then put stuff on top of it. I don't know. Those were a little thick there. I should pull those out. Those were beyond, right at the edge of the 3-inch. But my shredder, they're big. Oh my God, there may be even 1-inch thick bars underneath there. It is not a mower, it is a shredder. It's designed to run over things. And so there's my French drain, and there's a little electric fence right there, and that's why the cows are staying right out there where they belong. I'm going to apologize if the wind is making it too windy for this. Let me put you on pause while I walk to the next spot. I'll try to find a spot with all of that nightshade that I haven't mowed yet, but I was even past, weaving in and out. I am so surprised that I got hurt 20 feet from my house on a live tree. I was really expecting one of these dead trees to be the problem. You could see, I mean, not get hurt again, but look, I mean, that's just a widowmaker, just getting ready to fall down on somebody. And I've been slowly knocking them out. You'll see I use my fork trucks and reach up like this one, and I drive in with the forks and I just knock it all down, and I'll come in here with the saw and church it up. But yeah, my ribs hurt like heck. All right, so even in here where it's real heavy, but there's a little spot where I haven't got around to it. But I think I've mowed most of this woods pretty well. It is a high-risk proposition, mowing in woods. The cedar is scratchy too, so I'm getting scratched all the time. But there you go. There's a little patch of weeds. Was all this. Everything that you see that looks nice like a field was actually all of this nightshade. And I like those old-fashioned words. All that. See, look at it. All looks like. So that shredder does a good job giving me back the land, making it productive. I told the farmer, the gentleman with the cattle, I said, you figure out how to fence my build site in, you can run your cattle back here. And now that I got the nightshade knocked down, I feel like a man can run some cattle back here. There's some good grass in this ground. It's probably native, mahea and whatnot, and good grass. Considering we've had a drought, I think that it's pretty fine. And I've also, a lot of these trees, as I walk by, you'll notice that I've taken the time with my fork trucks while mowing to at least get down everything that I think will hurt a person like I'm hurt. Right here I use the forks. Whenever I do that, I assume the tree, right? When I get in there with the fork trucks, I assume the tree could come over on top of me. I'm super careful when I'm doing that. And then a darn tree that's alive that I'm not even touching, just minding my own business, driving by, comes crashing down right across my chest. Oh, here's a spot I missed. See that? Well, nobody can graze that. You can't eat out of that if you're a cow. You can't even eat out of that if you're a deer. So I'll get back to this spot too. So everything Everything looks like that. That spot and that spot were the same. Right? That was all grown up. And so I'm pretty happy about the results on the property. I'm bummed about my ribs. It's making even holding this camera really hard. And I am definitely feeling it this morning. All right. So look, this was all of this was unfunctional just the day before. So I'm only going to mow twice a year out here in the forest, if that. I want to get back over the top of it and plant some bluebonnets in some of these areas and do some other work. But I wanted to show y'all what the hogs are doing out here. And I'm talking with the farmer. You can't run a hay rake over the top of a field that's been churned by the hogs. Look at this. All right, I mowed yesterday. These are the hogs from last night. That's an 8-inch hole. Look at them. There's dozens of them. Dozens of them. They're just churning the soil. I don't know what they're after in here, but I had planted little oak trees in here. These hogs came in, killed every oak tree immediately. So I'm not a hunter. I don't like to hunt, but I can't let the hogs wreck all this. This is just one night's work. There's a hog dig right there. Hog dig that entire back corner. I could barely mow it because my mower was jumping all over it. So look here. This tree, I didn't like having this tree. That shredder, I didn't shred that. That's too thick, but I pushed it with my forks and got it loose. I'll come pull it loose one day, throw it in the thing. But I shredded that all up. But let's take a look at a big hog dig. Anyway, the farmer's bringing me a hog trap. He's got to fix it. So I thought the coyotes would control the hogs, and they aren't. Listen, I did not touch this with a plow. This is not a plow, people. This is hogs. This is hogs in one day. One day. Just tearing the daylights out of all of this. You can't, look at that. If I had my gloves, I'd pull that out of there. See if I can pull that out. Don't want to mow that barbed wire up. There we go. Old barbed wire. Barbed wire, I guess. Right verbiage. Yeah, this fence is down. I need to fix it. The cattle still stay on that side. I don't know why. Fence isn't to speak of. But look at this. This is hundreds of feet of churned up land that you can't even run your tractor over because it just beats you, literally punches your kidneys while you're driving over it. Now I mowed it, but I'll need to disc all that under. I think I'll get some bluebonnet seed is what I'll do. Throw it in. This spot back here I want to use for an orchard, a Texas orchard, pecans and persimmons and things that are native to Texas. Maybe figs, those aren't native, but I'll plant maybe a fig that can hold up to the cold. If I could find an olive tree that would survive, I would plant it. So, but the hogs won't let them live, will they? They will wipe them out. I don't even think I had that many hog. I counted 4 or 5 on the camera. But what if I'd have 60 like some of these folks do? And the guys get those hogs and they put them on their hunting leases and they hunt for 2 seasons and then give up, let their hogs loose. What the heck, guys? You take the hogs with you or put them down. Turning them loose on the farmers is not fair. Stop. If you're gonna hunt and build a hunting area, take care of the animals that you got there. This is just awful. I am walking these hog digs over and over and over. I'm not sure what's in the ground back here that they are enjoying, but it could be the trees I planted. They're little oak trees, bur oak, not even anything good. They're not going to let them grow. Well, I had to drought anyway. Another little section that was really hard for me to mow because the hogs had made the soil so rough. So, and there's some, I don't think they're coyote digs. They've got to be 3 feet deep. 3 feet. I don't know if hogs dig dens or not, but I can't safely run a tractor over them, and the weeds were covering them. But let me rotate back and end on a positive note. But look, this whole thing was a field of weeds. See that brush pile? Everything looked like that. There was brush all over here, down trees and down brush. There was probably 30 piles of brush. I didn't move them, I didn't anything. I ran them over and turned them into sticks and mulch. You know, see a little piece of leftover there. There must have been, not this big, but there was a bunch of them like this. Probably 30 little piles of these. And I ran most of them over. I left that for the rabbits. Left a few for the rabbits because there's a lot of coyote back here. But you could see a few left over. That tree that I took down, that tree I took down, that tree I pruned up. Probably was 20 mesquite back here. So I like to mow, get that done twice a year, then my property looks good. Now I'm going to go up and I'm going to mow the front pastures so that I've got good field. Brad, the guy with the cattle, is already reseeded this year with, yesterday I heard him up there with the tractor reseeding ryegrass, $700 worth of grass seed. So I want to get this weeds out of there so the grass stands a chance of sprouting up without being crowded out. All right, so this is Steve at 1000-Year Home. If you're mowing anywhere around widowmakers, mesquites, willows, things that are soft, I'm telling you, be careful. They will reach down even if you think the tree's solid and punish you for being nearby the vibrations of the tractor. I really think my headache rack scraped just a few little branches and dropped that down. The speed of which it did drop down, it didn't go timber, it went crash. Skipped over the top of my steering wheel and right across my rib cage. And I am feeling it today. I am feeling it. I think I broke a rib. I'll go see the doctor later, but make sure I don't have a punctured lung or something out of all of this nonsense. But I gotta feel the mow first, so this video doesn't get processed, and I end up, you can play it at my funeral and say, look how stubborn he is. Look how stubborn, perfectly stubborn. That I am. All right, like, subscribe, be careful on your mowers. What else? All kinds of things they tell you to do. Like, hit the alarm bell. Whatever you do for other people, for their YouTube channel, please do it for me. I enjoy the company. And without you out here, there's just me and an old horse and this mesquite that hates me. All right, thanks much. Bye.
Hey everybody, this is Steve at 1000-Year Homes. I wanted to do a wrap up on the tree fall that got me. Let everybody know I'm healed up and mended. I kind of sat on the video for a little while because I want to make sure that I healed up properly. So man, I tell you. So what happened, I think the drought. I think part of the problem is the drought has made all of the mesquite a little sensitive. So I rumbled past that tree with my tractor, and there was like a little hill. You can't even see it in the ground, but it kind of, I don't know, pushed my tractor a little bit, and I think my headache rack grabbed a couple of those small branches. It didn't not grab the whole tree, and I think that was enough to pull that mesquite down on top of me. Now, mesquite have the little borer beetle out here. They're kind of they fall apart. They're a fall apart kind of a tree, right? That's what they do. So, and it's funny that I mowed like this whole 30-acre pasture and didn't get hurt at all, except that was literally me pulling the tractor up to park it. And I've been keeping my eyes in the trees, and anyone that had dead branches, I was real careful to use my fork trucks and knock it away. And that one was completely healthy, and that's the one. So it came down like, it didn't go real slow or anything like that. It just went boom, and it skipped over the top of my hood. It hit the top of my tractor, took a little bounce, went over the steering wheel. Meanwhile, I'm not going 50 in this tractor. I'm only going 2 or 3 miles an hour. But by the time I could hit the brakes, the tree was already into my chest, and it raked my head and just knocked my glasses off. I'm glad I had safety glasses. I'm a safe guy. I extra safety when I'm out here. Safety glasses. And I was wearing a hard shell cowboy hat. It destroyed that. If I had not had that cowboy hat on, my scalp I would have needed stitches, I bet. And then I had my Bob Ross shirt on. That's the biggest loss. And it shredded my Bob Ross. Those mesquites are full of thorns. It was like having a thorn bush drop on my head from outer space. And by the time I pushed the clutch in, I was already like way back in the sea. It had really crushed me. And I had bruised one thing that hurt the most. It had bruised a rib. And I have had a rib knocked out of place sparring with some military dude who knocked a rib. Sparring, he body slams me. That's not how that's supposed to go. That's testosterone. Anyway, he had knocked a rib out of track into the next track, and a doctor put it back in for me. It's that kind of pain, which really hurts. And, they couldn't do anything about it. I knew that. I just wanted to make sure. I watched it, make sure I didn't get a big, bruise underneath the skin indicating, punctured lung or something. I didn't. It just hurt and healed up. My arms healed up. My head healed up. Everything healed up. So, but I do want to point out I think the drought factored into that. Be careful of trees, scrub trees during droughts. And I was, but you cannot predict all outcomes all the time. And farming and ranching's a little dangerous proposition. Getting on a tractor each and every time is a little dangerous proposition. Elevated when you're mowing in the woods, right? I'm cleaning up a thicket, and when I go out with my chainsaw, I wear my chaps and my face mat, my screen and my hard hat and earmuffs, all that stuff. And I always will. And this brush, that I'm grateful that little tree came to remind me that life can be a little unfair. Anyway, like, subscribe. It's raining today. If you hear a background pitter patter, it's rain. Maybe the drought's over. I had my campfire coffee, which warmed it up in here. It's 39 outside. 39. My little pop-up trailer is 53 right now. I can live in 53. And I'm getting ready to go out and work in my Connex. Gonna try to build my bathroom cabinets out of the exotic doors I bought. But I just want to let everybody know I'm healed up. Thank you very much for watching this. Thank anybody's concerned of telling me to keep my head down. I know that, but thank you. And feeling good. Back to it. I didn't need anything, but my ribs were wrapped, and that made a big difference. It's funny how a bandage will help. So my ribs were wrapped. Anyway, like, subscribe, follow me along. Whatever you do for other people, YouTubers, do for me. Look, I've got over 1,000 subscribers and 200,000 views so far. Woo! I'm growing. Well, and I've got, listen, my whole goal of having a little tiny house is for me to park all my stuff. And then I want to, I've got plans. I've got plans beyond this little egg thing. We'll see. The problem with dreamers is when dreamers say they want to do something, and people who are don't dream, are very focused, they'll always come back to you and go, well, why, you're a liar. You didn't do what you said you do. Dreamers don't do everything they say they're going to do, because they dream all kinds of stuff. And so I have learned to hold my peace on some things, because people say, why, you said you're going to do something and you didn't do it. And I'm like, I'm really sorry I spoke out loud at all. So if you are a dreamer, you can only share your dreams with a select few people who have the vision of yours and love you enough that when something doesn't come to pass, they don't go, you're not telling it. Oh my gosh, it's hard to be a dreamer. But here I am doing it. Listen, well, I've 6 minutes plus whatever. But, I bought this land in March. Here I am in November. I've already got like 55% of a house. And if I hadn't had a drought and I had all my vendors deliver everything and I had yada, 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 and I had a better focus, my foundation was set up originally, I think I would be in there. So that's flying, because I know guys who are building houses for other people and they're not nearly this close, and it's just stick-built, generic, contractor-grade junk that they're building up, chipboard and all that kind of stuff. And I'm doing something that's substantial. So I think that I'm doing pretty good, and I'm doing the farming. I'm farming in the middle of this thing, too, which isn't easy. And I'm going to give myself a little gold star. This dreamer is not just a dreamer, I'm a doer. And so anyway, like, subscribe, follow me along. Thank you for the words of caution. Thank you for Leah bandaging my ribs. I'm glad I'm healed. And what else? That's it. Like, subscribe. Bye.